So, we are back again, ladies and gentlemen, with another rousing episode of the Tales from Lumiere campaign. And in the last episode, we left off on a little bit of a cliffhanger because I ran out of shit to say. So, on this episode, we are resuming in the middle of a harrowing battle in which our party is left to fend off against hordes and hordes of seemingly infinite blood warriors, whereas two dragons collide in the background. Our fearless group is composed of myself, the dungeon master, as well as we got Bryn playing as Leaf.
Hey.
We got Bunsen playing as Louie.
I always forget my voice.
We got Cloak playing as Locke.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure my voice varies wildly when playing Locke.
Yeah, you always get the smugness factor, right? And we've got Rainbow playing as Mimic.
So, guys, today's episode brought to you by Tree.
So, in our last episode, we left off in the middle of this fight with everybody fending off hordes of these bloody soldiers. And as we were fighting, Epitaph would say, "This isn't working, we need to try a different strategy." Does anyone have any ideas?
What time of day is it?
What did you say?
What's the day, time of day? Daylight, night, or?
It's like early morning.
Let's use the sun. It's a deadly laser, I hear.
The sun is a deadly laser.
Well, I don't think the sun is going to help us much. I
It
don't
might
know.
be in our best interest to retreat. Ugh.
We could always just ignore these peons and help
Yes, we
with
can go get that.
you know, the big fight, the one that matters.
That's not a bad idea. If we can clear a path, we could. These things don't seem very fast.
I need a quick recap. What we planning on doing something with the stone? Like,
Oh yeah, the stone, like we were planning to use as a last resort. The stone contains a lot of funeral sealed power, but it's not known what releasing it would do.
okay, so the plan was releasing it, not like anything else.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I just didn't remember right. Well, why don't we try that stone thing and release it?
That could be a bad idea.
Or a good idea.
It could kill everybody.
Or could save everybody. The ultimate gamble.
Rum struggling to shove a bunch of these zombies off of him and just says, "Just pick what we're going to do and do it."
Release the stone.
Have any better ideas, Locke?
I almost never turn down an opportunity to do something stupid, but even that's a little too stupid for me. Shut up, Jack.
I will not.
I know you won't, because we are cut from the same cloth. I think that our best course of action would be to cut our way through these minions and assist Jericho with taking down Funeral.
How?
They go down easy. If we can just get one good blast and get ourselves a corridor, we can just run.
Yes, but what do we do when we get there?
I don't know. Hit it? That seems to have worked for us so far.
Hey, I touched one of them with a stone.
You're really fixated on this stone, aren't you, child?
Well, I mean, it liberates everything. It's not her, so maybe it might work.
That is true. It's not her original body. Throw the stone at her, see if she dies. In a worst-case scenario, the look on her face would be quite funny.
Well,
Actually,
worst case scenario, she also absorbs all that power.
Don't you remember? Her body, if she was able to handle it, she probably would have marched here and taken it by now. She might still die if she possesses all of it.
Well then, who's got a slingshot?
I have the catapult spell?
Do you have the catapult spell?
I hope I do. I'm checking.
I'm just saying that everybody's kind of casually fighting the zombies at this point because they go down in
Fair
one hit
enough.
and they pose no threat. So it's very much a MCU style. You're fighting the riffraff as you have a conversation type deal.
I had a death ward around me, so if everyone's around me, it's safe. Because they can't come in.
Okay, so I don't have catapult, unfortunately. I do have fly, and I do have telekinesis. If either
You've got
of
a whole
those...
fuck ton of spells locked. Do you have anything like catapult?
I do not. I also have fly.
Leaf, how does it feel to know that you're like one of the only people in this party that can't fly?
I can't fly.
You're a bird. You can fly. Just think about it harder.
Yeah, unfortunately, telekinesis is only up to 30 feet in one round. Not
Well, I
quite
mean,
catapult.
if you're, I'm looking with a spell, but I have like a ward around me that prevents that from entering.
Yeah, you could use that to get close.
You remember what that spell's called, Jay?
Like Grave Ward or something.
And if we think the stone could withstand it, we could I could use Fireball to basically make like a rocket jump explosion to launch it at her.
Like fire it like a pool cue. It does levitate.
What?
It does levitate. You can push it around and hold it, but if you just let go of it, it doesn't fall to the ground. It just kind of hovers.
Yeah, I mean, if we think it's dirty enough, I could just Fireball it, launch it like a pool ball, like you said.
Epitaph just would casually just kind of knock on it with her knuckles. It feels solid, I guess.
I'd say at this point, we're pretty sure these soldiers are so weak that even I'm can I say that even I'm just whacking them with my staff at this point?
Yeah, and they would disappear into puddles. She can't spend a lot of her concentration on them.
Let's just say I walk him up closer because
No,
anyone around me, they can't come to me because I have death ward around me.
We were
I just
talking
can't find the
about
spell.
me using an explosion to launch it at her.
Oh, okay.
How much does the stone weigh? I know it levitates, but
Hard to know what it weighs if it levitates.
It weighs enough so that if you were to throw a fireball at it, it would more or less fly about the distance it would need to, assuming you didn't fuck the roll up.
Okay.
Okay.
What would I roll anyway? Would it be Arcana?
I mean, expend a spell slot of the fireball level you want to cast, and fucking... I don't think it'd be Arcana. Give me a fucking, fucking... What would math be? Because that's what we're doing right now.
I would
Straight
argue
intelligence?
intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah, like an int check of some kind.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be Arcana. I'd say Arcana would be good for it because you're using a spell to do math,
And it
and
would
that's
be
an intelligence check. So
I'd give you an Arcana check. Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Wisdom is whether or not we should do this.
Yeah.
Intelligence is
Right.
we're doing this.
Yeah, Louis has a -1 wisdom modifier, so that makes sense.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
so
20 intelligence, 9 wisdom.
bonus action help on the trying to figure out the math. Because I have a
Epitaph would
master
already be helping
tactics.
out.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
Epitaph's smarter
I
than
roll
am.
Arcana with advantage then?
Yeah, just roll with advantage.
Cool. I'll click it twice on D&D Beyond. Okay, good thing is with advantage, because that's a 13 for the first one. Dice, I need you to move off of Arcana, please. Thank you. And the second one is a much better 27.
Okay. So against, the better logical sense of basically everyone who else is here, including the smartest being on the plane, the party has decided to launch this thing, which, this is just such a phenomenally hilarious idea that I'm rolling with it because I love it so much.
Listen, in my defense, maybe he didn't sleep so well because of the party going on.
So Epitaph flies up and gives you the proper angle. You reel back and you launch that shit, and it collides. And there is a there's like a ding, like a very magical sounding ding noise, almost like a weird gong.
Like Team Rocket being blasted off again.
Kinda, as it soars through the air, and it has just the angle to where Funeral hears the whistling, and it just nails her in the fucking forehead.
Nice.
Apply directly to the forehead.
We did.
Yep. So at this point, the blood soldiers are just standing still, like they're frozen in their action that they had. And green energy is fucking swirling
From them or from Funeral's forehead?
From Funeral. The blood soldiers are shaking, and eventually they decongeal, and there's just a whole bunch of green blood everywhere now. I'm talking fucking everywhere.
Nice.
Looks like pureed Shrek. It's disgusting. And it smells bad, too. This is old blood. But basically, the power is swirling and kind of entering Funeral's body, and she's kind of struggling against it. You can kind of hear her shouting. And she's still trying to fight, but as she strikes, cracks start to form on her skin and on her body that light is leaking out of.
What's our distance to her?
A lot.
I mean, I eyeballed this. It's one turn of the dash action, I'll say.
Okay, so we're about 60 feet away then?
Just about. Yeah.
Beautiful. So while she's struggling, can I go ahead and throw an Eldritch Blast at her?
You can throw a couple. I think you're a high enough level.
Well, a single Eldritch Blast is three beams.
Yeah. That's kind of what I meant.
So. Is that a thing that now that her minions are?
Oh yeah, they're all gloop. Let me get these fuckos out of the way. Let me just.
I love how that one just rode on Louis.
Yeah, there's one on Leaf too.
Can I throw Ray of Sickness on her?
One at a time.
Okay.
But you probably won't need to. Spawn too many of these pawns is what I did. It doesn't let you round them up if you grab too many of them.
That's annoying.
And there's actually a cap on how many of these things you can grab at once. I'm gonna delete most of these because I don't think I'll be needing them anymore. We're gonna be finding pawns in the stable for the next couple weeks. But I'll move you guys a little. Oh, for fuck's sake! So y'all.
So for those who are watching, try to guess what the cap is.
Probably like something like 50 or something. But, so you're a lot closer. Funeral seems to be struggling, and Jericho has backed off. And you're going to Eldritch Blast? Fire away, I suppose.
Alright. That is a 25, a nat 20, and the 13 will miss, for sure. I would imagine.
Yep. All three of those are going to hit. She's kind of fucked up.
Fun.
Like, each one kind of like flies in. One actually, the 20 actually like hits her in such a way that one of her arms just completely falls off, and energy is pouring out of it. She's like kind of struggling to stumble forward towards you.
Do I need to roll damage on these at all, or?
No, she's falling apart.
Okay.
She says, she's stumbling towards you, and she says, "I'd say I'd see you in hell, but I've got a worse place in mind." And then she just kind of falls over and dissipates into dust. Jericho, for her part, kind of just flops forward, kind of breathing heavily as a gigantic dragon.
Why do I get the feeling we haven't seen the last of her?
Well, I'm quite certain.
Because you haven't. Just the big green ghostly form of Funeral appears. That was just my body, you fools. Who left the chat? Oh, Rainbow did.
Oh.
Should we wait? Or Rainbow's back. That was just my body, you fools. You should know by now that my spirit is much too powerful to be eradicated by something like that. Although I will admit, though, I had that sphere there for a reason. Now I'm far too powerful for any but... Hold on a minute there. You've given me a wonderful idea.
I'd like to do something, hopefully.
What's your plan?
Could I... How far is she?
She's kind of like levitating in front of you.
Okay.
Here, I'll just use the old piece to represent it.
Okay.
Yeet me at her.
Could I panic teleport her?
No. She's not corporeal enough to be affected by teleport. Like, if you tried to touch her right now, you'd kind of just go through her. She's just a spooky ghost.
Fortunately, teleport is not on touch. It's within 10 feet.
Yeah. But there's no like material to teleport. She is just energy right now.
Oh.
So she's a new dragon now?
Could I polymorph somehow?
You could try, but I don't think it would work.
That sounds like DM talk for it's only a natural 20 would do anything.
Yeah, a natural 20 would buy you some time, maybe.
Okay.
Like if you really want to blow a spell slot on a 1 in 20.
I'll pass. I want to do something, but I don't think there's any good idea.
She says, "I didn't think you'd have the stones for this, and frankly, I'm a little baffled. Giving me all of my power back is a smart move when I don't really have a means of capitalizing on it." Wait a minute! And she turns to...
You didn't think we'd have the stones for this, and yet you hid all that power in a stone and gave it to us.
You could have made a stone joke. You've missed your chance.
Well, there was always Plan B, but you've given me a very interesting Plan C.
Is Plan C for collapse? Like the weakling you are?
Jericho is like standing up behind her. No, Plan C is me, you idiots. Yes, it is. Well, oh well. Blah, 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 blah. She like mocks talking with her ghastly hand. You all talk so much. The only reason I'm telling you this is because I'm not
I talk
100%
so much.
this will work. I'm not 100% sure this will work. I mean, she is basically an elder dragon. Did she even have that conversation with you? I've known about Jericho for some time, but did she have that conversation with you?
We just met Jericho tonight. There was no time for that conversation.
Well, since she doesn't seem to want to talk, she's one of the original dragons, one of the first heirs to the Dragon of Darkness. She's almost as old as this plane is. Get this. She hid away in a cavern, as early humanity was causing a great extinction of the dragons, rendering them unable to survive except through their more human-like heirs, the Dragonborn. She sealed herself away in a cavern that only another like-minded being could open. And it was opened by that buffoonish Goliath of all people. She's been living with them ever since. Some kind of peon. It baffles me, the amount of power she has. She could have defeated me quite easily back in the day, but she sat on her laurels and waited. Too afraid to act. Too afraid to become her mother.
I'm imagining that during this whole monologue, Louis is just spending this time trying to think of some plan and failing.
So you're saying that she's to take over the body of the clone?
No, I'm going to take over the body of Jericho. The clone, I don't want to. If I take over Epitaph's body, then I'd probably be trapped in there. I spent a long time getting out of that.
I'm gonna cast Anti-Life on Jericho. Anti-Life Shell.
Anti-life shell?
Mm-hmm.
What does that do?
It keeps ghosts out. I mean, it keeps the undead. Let me read it. Bury that prevents an affected creature from passing through. Let me read it.
That's a self spell. You can't cast it on them.
I think it says self. All right, well, I'll stand next to Jericho. I already have it on myself.
I don't think you have a big enough radius. Jericho is the size of a building.
Yeah. I would like to.
Is he 10? No, it's not 10 feet. So he's probably bigger than 10 feet. Never mind.
Yeah, she's huge.
I have one idea.
Yeah.
Let's kill Jericho.
No, even if we want to, I don't think we can. So can we say that during the monologue, I have that telekinetic feat thing. During the monologue, I took a moment to speak telepathically to Jericho. I don't like where this is going. May I teleport you somewhere, anywhere?
You don't have the magical power to. Teleportation doesn't work like that. Even if you wanted to, you likely couldn't move me. Even in my exhausted state, I have more mana right now than you'd produce in a year.
True.
This fight is over. You're just going to need to come up with another plan for after that. Your brilliant plan fucked us all, unless I can stave her off.
Meanwhile, the monologue.
Yeah, just... What else can I explain? What else can you not stop me from saying to you? Because that's what I'm having fun with right now.
Yeah, the funny part is she said she mocked us for talking so much, and she's been talking the most the entire time.
Yeah, exactly, because, she's a moron. That's something that you guys seem to fucking forget a lot, is that Funeral's pretty fucking stupid.
I actually wasn't...
Go on, Funeral. I am so interested in your tale.
Funeral, out of curiosity, what would have happened if we would have just released the stone energy?
If you would have just released it, it probably would have just flowed back to me. I'm not exactly sure. But you took a more direct route, and I'm somewhat thankful for that, although my head still hurts, and I don't even have a head to hurt anymore. Regardless, enough of this, enough of this, enough of this. I hate all of you. You're all going to die. Blah, 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 blah. Enough of these pointless threats. I have something more important to do now. Goodbye. I'll see you all in hell. And she would float back and just say, Jericho, if you could just not resist, that'd be great. It'd make this so much faster. And just kind of floats into Jericho. And Jericho looks mad. You can definitely tell she's resisting.
So, since she's currently resisting something else, would it be... If I were to say force her to make a wisdom save against something I'm doing, would she have disadvantage on that?
She would... She's concentrating so much on resisting right now that she'd probably have disadvantage on anything you tried to make her do.
Okay. Oh, let's see here. Trying to think about... Well, does she count as a humanoid right now?
No, she's just a dragon now.
Damn.
Even if her dragon form is kind of humanoid.
Okay, that means charm person isn't gonna work.
Is what she's doing at all a spell?
No.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's kind of like an innate magical thing. It's less a spell and more of like a feature, I guess, if we're gonna go by the technical terms. It'd be like a feature rather than like an actual casted spell.
Okay, because I do have counterspell and dispel magic. I don't know if either would apply.
Dispel magic is such a weird spell.
Yeah, like... Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target and...
This is definitely not 3rd level.
Well, for
You
each
get
spell of 4th...
Go ahead.
For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. Its DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends. I don't freaking know. Is her very being magical in nature? Could I dispel her entirely? Probably not.
That's just in local wizard just wishes villain away.
Basically.
Fucking, you guys are gonna hit level 20. Wish will be in play. Assuming you're not stupid enough to take a different 9th level spell.
So, like, I could try casting Dispel Magic at, like, a really high level, just as a panic. Louis is panicking doing something.
Like, you could try that, but I don't know what it would do.
Yeah, neither does Louis, but Louis is in a bit of a panic right now. And
So
I remind you, 9 wisdom.
Yep, high level Dispel Magic then?
Yeah, 8th? Hang on, let me see what it does on high level. When you cast a spell using a spell's 4th level or higher, you automatically end the effects of a spell on the target if the spell's level is equal to or less than the spell level. Okay, so if it's 9th level, or considered 9th level, casting at a high level will have no effect on the DC save.
Okay. So, I need a Wisdom save then, right? Or no, you need a Int save, right?
I'm going to be casting at 8th level because this is a panic. I need to do something.
Okay, then that actually we can skip the roll then. I don't have the pawn for it anymore. I fucked up when I was making the pawns. But what this actually does is it dispels her draconic transformation and returns her to her humanoid state.
Oh, yeah, that works, I guess.
No, it doesn't.
what I meant was like I was trying to cast it on funeral.
Okay, well, it would try to reach funeral, but I think it would just affect Jericho first.
Okay.
It might do something to funeral, but as it stands, she's reverted to human form, and this seems to extremely exacerbate the struggling. She's like got her hands on her head, she's like shaking, and she just lets out this gigantic roar, just this scream of agony, and there's this big green flash.
As the green flash happens, Locke's gonna run up towards her and grab her arm and attempt to remove curse.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a 14.
Okay, you
sorry,
managed
that was
to
a
take
check.
standing.
It'd be the same.
Check.
It'd be the same. I don't have
Yeah.
proficiency on con.
Yeah.
So.
So you do actually manage to like get in there close. You can try to do a remove curse.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. I've got no better ideas. So. I'm not even sure that she's technically cursed, but
It's more or less a curse. Give it a shot.
there's no roll for it. It's just all curses affecting one creature or object end.
Oh, I thought it was a roll. In that case, yeah, maybe roll it back a bit. That's a little before the flash. So you grabbing it then starts like a flash. As the curse is removed, as you attempt to remove the curse, it causes a flash. There's complications. Give me another Constitution saving throw. Actually, we'll just use the 14 from last time. You're blown back a bit, but yeah. Okay, if it's better, it's fine. It doesn't matter much. You stay on your feet, but you're blown back just a little bit. You actually stumble backwards. But you can tell that you definitely did something to the transformation. But standing there is it looks like Jericho, but there's something wrong. She's got draconic horns. Her fingertips are clawed and glowing green. Gigantic claws come out of her wrists. Her eyes glow a hellish green, and she's got a spectral, almost crown of green energy around her head.
Well, look at who's returned so soon.
She's just kind of looking over her form. This is unexpected. You've done something. I'm not sure.
I've done nothing. Oh, wait. Or maybe I have. You might never know.
She looks down, and just above her chest there's a triangular hole, and there's a lot of green energy kind of flowing out it and around it, almost like specters. I see. It's not perfect because the combination of what you two did seems to have interrupted something in the process. I'm not quite perfect, but this is still more than enough for what I needed to do. And she kind of leans around you and looks at the village. And the village is evacuated. Ugh. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. I'm officially above this. Yeah?
Who's that friend you're looking for again?
What'd you say?
I'm asking her, who's that friend she's looking for again?
I don't think we've ever brought that up in discussion.
Yeah, that's
something we've been told, but we haven't talked with her about at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking to her about it right now.
I don't have to talk to you anymore. I've won. This is not over. I'm over.
Oh, but you love to talk.
I do. Yeah,
That's your
it's a
thing.
lot of fun. It is my thing. Yes.
You don't have to talk to us anymore, but honestly, could you really let me get the last word?
Yeah. Really, I could, because you can't do anything to stop me anymore.
I think
You
you're
don't-
mistaken
you don't seem to-
there.
You don't seem to understand, child. I'm a god now.
No, you are an imperfect copy of what you think is a god.
Potato, potato. It's enough for what I need to do.
And what is it that you need to do then, besides die again?
I'm going to destroy Lumiere.
No.
I don't
Okay,
have
good.
to. I don't have to pretend anymore. I don't have to settle. I can just do what I wanted to do this entire time. Take this
Okay,
world
good.
that's wrong to me, that's taken everything away from me,
And push it somewhere else. I don't
shatter
say
it
that.
like glass.
Okay, do it.
Sure. And she just turns around and she starts walking away.
As she's
Oh,
walking
okay, so what's
away,
going on?
can I cast a mind sliver at her?
Sure.
Okay, that's an int save from her.
Alright.
Hopefully she didn't get any smarter from that.
Those aren't great. What are the effects?
So it's going to be 3d6 psychic and then subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes.
Okay. What's the damage?
Damage is 9.
All right.
And it is.
What does it look like, by the way? I don't know what a mind sliver looks like. Is that like a
It's
like a spike going into her head or something?
Yeah, it's like a spike of psychic energy going into her head that's specifically designed to be disorienting.
Like it would like she would stop for a moment, and she would just kind of turn to look at you, be like, "You're really determined to die, aren't you?"
I'm really determined to do whatever it takes to remove you from this plane of existence. If that means I must die, well, I'll take Jack with me.
No, you won't. No, you won't. He's joking. He's joking.
Then you better come up with something, Jack, because you know where I stand now.
Don't you see what I am? I'm the scythe, you idiot. All I do is help out.
I know, because that mind sliver came from you.
Are you done? Because I'd say you're done. Yeah, that's. Anyway, she just points a finger at you, and are you fucking kidding me?
That's 20.
This is about to hurt.
Yeah, it is.
What just dies outright?
A beam of green energy just shoots through and hits you in the center of your chest for...
Oh, I don't get a save for this?
damage.
Shit.
That's 21 damage, and give me a Constitution save.
That is a 19 on the con save.
Ooh.
And 21 damage is gonna... I still got my temp HP from before, unless that went away when... But I don't think temp HP goes away just because...
Yeah,
Jericho.
temp HP goes away like on long rest, I think.
Yeah, so...
We got the temp HP during that last fight, though.
Yeah, I know.
It just wrapped up.
Yeah, right. So we haven't long rested since that temp HP, or since we got that temp HP.
Okay, so you felt the force try to knock you back, but you're still on your feet. But give me a saving throw of your casting. Like
Which casting?
Whichever one is better for you.
Okay.
I was gonna laugh if
Because
Locke
this one's got to be
died.
good.
I was gonna laugh
We'll
if
go
Locke
with-
just died outright.
We'll go with the charisma save then. That's an 18.
All right, that's tragic. So you are lifted up into the air, like the green energy enters you, but it doesn't come out the other end. You are lifted up into the air.
How far?
Pretty far. I'd say about
Okay.
40 feet in the air.
Fun.
And she's just looking up at you. And she like retracts the finger into her hand to make a closed fist, and you explode for another 8 damage and begin falling.
Reaction Featherfall?
Sure. Still 40 feet. I don't know how much fall damage should be, though.
It's no fall damage.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because
Featherfall removes the damage. You still flop like a fucking fish onto the ground. Very feathery flop, but it is still a flop.
How's your HP?
it's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wasn't
That's fine.
very lock killing y.
Yeah, but that was like one finger and she's bored.
Hmm.
That was a warning, and frankly, that was more than I really cared to do. Don't try to stop me again.
Then don't cross my path again.
I don't plan to. You've got a few weeks. Do whatever you want with them. I don't care anymore. When you get to hell, you'll have a beautiful job. You'll be the ones who get to tell the devil that you saw me ascend first. Revel in that for a little while. I don't have time for you.
Where's the best spot to witness this earth-shattering thing?
I don't know, probably closer to my court if you really care. You could follow me if you want. Don't try to stop me.
I'm not follow.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. Okay.
I'm
You
just
can
gonna
follow.
grab
The rest of the party is likely not.
Yeah, I as you try to walk forward, I'm just going to grab you by like the back of your shirt and just shake my head like that's not a good idea.
I've got to try my hardest to undo whatever you've done to my transformation, and I am being generous in not caring about you for ruining it.
Oh, also,
Regardless, this should be enough to get me where I'm going, though.
part of Featherfall is that I land on my feet also. So.
Well, it's... Yeah. Still flop, though. Like, you land on your feet, you're good, and then you...
Okay, fair.
Because you do have like a huge hole in your gut, I guess.
It's not huge. It's like finger-sized.
Oh, okay.
It's like a pencil sharpener.
I'm gonna poke a finger in it.
Don't do that.
Oh, you did it. You should make him roll for damage.
I'll make you roll for infection, jackass.
Yeah, you'll really feel that 10 poison damage in a week.
Yeah. Won't you feel stupid when you've got gangrene? But, you know, she's just gonna keep walking away. Not even looking back, she's just gonna keep walking. Do you guys have any other bold choices, or are you just gonna let her fly? Let her walk out?
While
Is she
staring...
in earshot?
Actually, she turns around. Oh, by the way. And she would walk back. Don't go looking for that daughter of mine.
Don't go
Send
looking
her out
for
on
her.
exile. Yes, because she's probably already dead by now. I have a feeling that you are going to think, okay, I've got this one last hope. That daughter of yours. Oh, she's probably got the blood or the power or some magical force. Don't bother. She's a worthless cripple, and she's probably dead already. I exiled her the day you left my camp back then. She's been wandering around the snowy wastes for at least a week now. I branded her Smoke, which is a disgrace to my people. I don't know if you knew that. You probably know that. But regardless, she's a worthless, talentless cripple, and has probably died out in the snow by now. So, if you want to go find a corpse, be my guest, but I'd spend the couple of weeks you have left with your family, if anything. Weeks, days, I don't know. I'd probably get a move on if I were you. The world's ending. Tell your friends.
Is
I'm
Tower
gonna
here?
take out a huge loan and I'm gonna get wasted.
Tower is not here. Tower was helping with the evacuation effort.
Ah, right. Because if Tower was here, I was going to give Tower a look. Definitely not like a I told you so look, but I think we will have to do that plan kind of look. Of somehow relying on daughter. or somehow otherwise involving his daughter. So, staring out in the distance at Funeral walking away, I'm going to say to the party, well, I don't like her tone, but unfortunately I do think the opposite of what she said is true. That Smoke, daughter of Towers, is possibly our last hope, if we have any.
Unless he's using reverse psychiatry.
Funeral doesn't seem to care anymore. She seems to genuinely think that she's above us all and doesn't need to try. And based on what
Is
she
she?
did the lock with just one finger,
Can she still hear us?
no. Funeral
Okay.
Funeral has like vanished into the swirling tundra winds of the valley.
Well, wasn't there that other place we can go? Maybe that might give us an answer.
I feel like our objectives have after this.
Well,
I mean, isn't there like a tomb or something we can go to that had like some kind of book?
I think our best course of action would be to group up with the others and see what we can do. We're in the
What am I
end game
thinking of,
now.
Dan?
You're thinking of
There's
the
a book,
like
isn't there?
it's not a book, it's like a scroll or like a thing. But yeah, there
Alright.
was like something that could be translated up in the north, perhaps.
Should
I
we
think
look
that's
for the
mid.
scroll, maybe?
I think that's mid-game stuff. Being in the end game is too late for that to be relevant.
Well, it'll depend. You should probably head back to the village.
Yeah.
The village was
That was just the
evacuated, though,
impression
so
that-
can we head back to wherever they evacuated to?
Well, they used portals to evacuate, but the core people probably stayed behind to come support if need be.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I guess we go to the
Fun fact,
evacuated
if you
town.
guys had chosen not to fight Funeral and instead to help with the evacuation, you would have learned that they had evacuated to Kellog's farm.
Oh,
So
that's a fun Easter egg.
Kellog's got about 600 Goliaths on his farm right now.
I'm sure he could appreciate the help.
They like his fruit. There's no.
Yeah.
So
They like that was actually the implication, is that they were importing his fruits and growing them themselves, which is why they were all slightly different. And the grapes were their own invention based on his various growths. They were growing grapes up here. Cluster grenade grapes.
Is that a riff off the vinaigrette fruit?
It was more of a joke about grape shot.
Mm.
Because I forgot you had a grapefruit grenade. Yeah, so...
Alright, let's go back to the village then.
Yep. As the 6 of you walk back into the village. Where did I put the boys? Where are the boys? One...
It's like a Hades boy.
Or Kratos, just boy. So, as you arrive back in the village, you see it almost completely deserted. Aside from, our core cast, and Liam seems to be up and about now. Abigor would walk forward. I saw that flash. What happened out there?
Funeral seems to believe she has ascended to God.
What do you mean she's ascended to God?
is Tower there?
Tower is standing behind them.
I have bad news.
What
The
do
day
you
we
mean?
left the village, she exiled Smoke. She exiled your daughter. She branded her Smoke and left her to die.
Hmm.
Somebody has to tell him. It's bad, but it needs to be said.
You would see him look at his hand, and then his armor would appear on his body, and he would just start walking towards the gate.
Oh, where you going, big guy?
To find my daughter.
Right, let's go help him.
You're not coming with me.
With
That'd be
with the world at stake, possibly within weeks, if not days, we need to do something.
With the world at
at
stake, I say we visit the other locations that we never got around to and see what we can collect from there.
Don't you lot get it? She won. It's over. I'm looking for a corpse to bury, and it's something I need to do alone.
It's only over for you because you've given up. It is not over for the rest of us.
Keep telling yourself that, kid. I don't even have the energy to be mad at you anymore. I'll see you in Helllock, and I'll be sure to spit on your corpse when I pass by it. Frankly, I hope I never see you again. And he just keeps walking. Abigor walks forward. I'm gonna go with him. He can't stop me. And frankly, there isn't much left we can do.
Well, I don't plan to take the end of the world sitting down.
You're more than welcome not to. But I got a little girl to help bury.
Well, maybe she's still alive.
I've seen that girl. She was determined. Maybe 10 years ago. Maybe before all this. Maybe when she was stronger, she would have had the spite to live. That girl had given up years ago. And he walks over to Rum, and it's your fault. My fault? You're the one who escaped and left her there! Rum just kind of...
She wouldn't come. We tried. We tried.
Not then, you moron.
Oh.
Before. Or did he not tell you?
Rum is a man of few words. He has told us very little.
I see everything that goes on in this damnable valley. It's one of the magics of that tower I keep myself in. I have a bird's eye view of everything I'd ever want to see. Supposed to use it to look for souls to corrupt, deals to make. But instead I use it to watch over things. When Rum first arrived here, I don't know how he got here. He already technically existed. But instead, he tried to go home. And he was captured by Funeral and her band. And what they did to him over the next decade, I don't feel comfortable talking about. But at the end of the day, he was strong enough to get out. You ever wonder why all the Goliaths, why all the Dragonborn peons, why everyone in this damned valley seems to recognize him, call him something? It's because he's the one who got out. He was strong enough to do it. And then he just left her there. The only person who ever dared to care about him in that prison, he left her to rot to save his own skin. That's why the only person who could have possibly bailed us out of this scenario gave up before the starting line and is probably out there dead, buried in a foot of snow. The fact that, knowing that she does this shit, whoever hired you decided to send people up here that could destabilize this region, sending all this into motion and giving her exactly what she wants, is proof enough that this place deserves to burn down. But instead, you're just going to fight kicking and screaming instead of giving this place the mercy kill it deserves. I don't care anymore. The man I love is grieving, and I'm grieving too. Maybe I gave a shit a while ago. And you're free to chastise me, chastise him, do whatever you want anymore. I don't care. It's the end of the world. You got a week, maybe. Do whatever the fuck you want. Just know that some of us don't have the luxury of trying to fucking resist whatever it is you mortals decide to do this time when you want to ruin something. It all comes back to you people. No consideration for what's going to be there when you die. So frankly, die then. Maybe you'll learn your lesson in hell. And he would walk out. Priest just would cough. Like, well, if it's any solace, I haven't given up yet. And Liam would just kind of scratch the back of his head. Yeah, I kind of just woke up. I don't know what's happening.
But I look at Mom and go, we have the skull. Do we have any other place?
What other strongholds did we not visit then?
I would look to Priest and ask, Priest, were you present when Smoke was exiled?
I had already left for the village.
Okay.
Believe me, I would have scooped her up if I had known she was gone.
I was wondering if you had any clue about which direction she might have.
You kids got to stop worrying about that little girl. All you're going to find is a corpse, and that's not a way to spend this week. We got to try a little harder than that.
Didn't she say 2 or 3 weeks?
I'd rather lowball it, frankly.
Rum, I think it's time for you to tell us a little something about the future of this place, if you're actually from the future.
Only thing I know is that we make it through this. Why do you think I'm staying so calm? The world's still here in 10, 20 years, in 20-ish years. Only difference is Liquor wasn't in charge back then. Some other guy.
I don't know.
Because something I learned about magic, the more I try to distance myself from it, is that you learn a lot more about it when it's happened to you.
Well, I mean, if you go back in time, doesn't that make your past your new future? So now everything's uncertain?
No, that's not how time travel works. Because, if you remember, Lumiere is isolated. So, like, it doesn't... Epitaph, explain it better than me. I don't... Ugh. What Rum's trying to say is that because Lumiere is isolated in the planar realm, it can't branch off into parallel universes based on timelines. Any time travel that happens within a fixed timeline. The future can't be altered. So if Rum is indeed from the future, what he says happens. The future can't be changed. So, we do make it out of this. Yeah, he says, and Smoke's alive.
If Smoke's alive, that means the tower is successful in his mission, most likely. Which means we should do something else.
Yeah.
I'm not so certain.
He tugs at his collar. Yeah, they're successful, right?
I would like to make an insight check on that.
Oh, you can make one hell of an insight check if you want. He's not being subtle. Rum does not have the charisma to be subtle.
I got a 4. Is that enough?
You can definitely tell he's hiding something.
They're not telling
So
the whole
while
truth.
we're all talking, I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on
Oh yeah, Locke's still got a fucking hole in his chest.
I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on Locke.
If you insist.
We ain't got time to dwell on that. What we need to do is we need to go to wherever that last place we haven't gone yet is.
Alright, heal yourself for 10.
Yay. I'm almost at max again.
Does that heal his soul?
Yes.
Okay.
It didn't heal him to full, though, so it's kind of scabby. It itches.
I hate itchy scab.
In fact, it actually feels kind of worse than just having the hole.
Oh, good. Is that well done?
Like, it doesn't hurt, but it's annoying.
Now I know what it must feel like to be around me all the time. Say as I like scratching.
Trust me, I feel every sensation you're feeling, and this is about what I'd approximate it as. By the way, I want you all to know that this is agony, and that I'd rather be dead.
Anyway, where is the map? There's the map. So we went...
The only place left that we haven't gone yet would be the monastery at the north of the valley. But that's suicide. That's Dread's domain.
Staying here and doing nothing until the end of the world is awesome, God.
It'd take us 3 days to get there.
You say it's suicide, but if rum comes with us and rum makes it to the future, in an unaltered timeline, then clearly we survive. Let's go.
And I can
What also? Can we fly there?
I want to make it clear that I survive. I've never heard of any of you.
Really? Well, to be fair, he's maybe not completely educated, I guess.
Well, the rum in the past is about 2 years younger than this rum.
You also spent the entire time we were in camps chasing doggies. So, forgive me or don't, but I don't think you heard of any of us, including yourself.
For what it's worth, I can cast teleport. I don't know, it's risky, you casting it to take myself to and others to somewhere I haven't been, but might at least get close.
You could take us to Funeral's Court.
That would be more reliable, yes.
Well, let's walk to the scroll and then teleport.
You guys know that I can just bring you there, right? Priest says. I am the literal god of transportation. I can just put you right in front of the city of Dread.
Oh, then let's go.
Do that then.
Different downside being, I can't come with you. I need to turn someone into a portal, and I can do myself, but whoever I turn into the portal can't go through it. So unless you want to choose someone to leave behind, I gotta stay here.
Liam, how do you feel about being a portal?
Other thing is, I want to stay here.
Will you be
Well, if you want to stay here, then fine.
Someone's got to protect this place. There's no telling what some of the Black Dragon clan will do once Funeral announces that the world's going to end. They'll probably get antsy. At that point, there ain't rules anymore.
Will you be alright, both between turning yourself into a portal and also being here alone?
I've done it plenty of times. I could have taken Funeral one-on-one the day you people showed up. I just knew better. I can take these chumps.
Question: where can you take a portal? Where can you open a portal to?
I can open a portal to anywhere I've ever been.
Have you been someplace where we can track them?
Been where?
Have you been to that monastery then?
I've not been to the monastery, no. Whatever magic Dread's got around that city of his, it also keeps the only viable pass to that monastery locked up tight. You can't fly there either.
Ask him if he's ever been to a place where we can trap Funeral.
Here's a question. I'm going to say, I'm like flipping through my spell book and like reading something during this discussion. Do we have any object that's from the monastery?
Yes, we have this. We have one of the scrolls here. It's like an incomplete scroll that, like, even Epitaph can't translate, but it's from the Labyrinth. We still have it.
I see. Because if I have an associated object, I can reliably cast teleport.
You can what? I'm sorry.
So, teleport, the spell instantly teleports you and up to 8 glowing creatures of your choice that you can see within range, blah, blah, blah. The destination you choose must be known to you and must be on the same plane of existence as you. Your familiarity with the destination determines whether you arrive there successfully. The GM rolls a D100 and consults the table. If it's very familiar, basically you have a 75% chance to teleport on target. For example, if you viewed it once or you got it from a description, you have like a 25% chance to get there on target. But if you have a permanent circle there, or if there is a permanent circle there, or you have an associated object from there, you will reliably get there on target. If I'm reading this correctly.
You don't understand. The magic that is locked, the magic that's locking that place up, not even a funeral can get through it. I don't think your dinky little spell book is going to get you through there with a piece of paper that looks like it's about to fall apart.
Well, why don't we just take a priest up our offer and have him teleport us?
Best I can do is get you to the gates, but you're going to have to go through Dread. And
Any advice?
Going through Dread doesn't worry me.
You'll have
Let's
to kill
go,
him,
then.
but you won't be able to. Dread is stronger than Funeral was. The only reason... Funeral's definitely stronger now, but I even outperform her was when she showed up to this camp. The thing is, Dread's under mind control. Whatever mind control she's got on him, he arrived at some point, I don't know the full story, but he was strong enough to beat her into submission, but his mind was weak. She ensnared his mind, and he's been under control ever since.
Can you beat him?
Hell no!
Where's this Dread exactly?
We have spent the entire last few weeks beating things that people have told us we can't beat. What's yet another one?
Alright, I'm a flock. Let's go. Should we take a short rest before we go?
I'd recommend it.
It might not hurt.
I can get my 8th level spell slot back from the wizard short rest thing.
Yeah, and because Epitaph's here and Epitaph has restorative properties, I'll give you a long rest in the time of a short rest.
Oh, cool.
Alright.
Oh, that's fine by me.
Well, I'll certainly take it. So hit the long rest now.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yay.
Got it.
But he's like, well, if you're gonna fight him, your best bet is probably to try to break whatever control he's got on him. Taking him in an actual fight, I don't think it's gonna happen.
It didn't quite work as intended on Funeral just earlier, but I could attempt to spell magic again.
I don't think that'd work. Whatever she's doing to him, it's probably related to soul fragmentation. That's not something you can dispel. She literally she did something similar to what she did to the orb. She dislodged a piece of her own soul and lodged it in his brain. Makes him eternally loyal, unquestioning.
Well, then we'll just have to shoot his brain.
What exactly is this Dread, fellow?
No one knows. Only time anybody other than Funeral's ever seen him, he's in this gigantic suit of armor. He's got a sword bigger than most people I've met.
When you turn someone into a portal, how long does that last for?
As long as I want it to.
Oh, can you turn him into a portal and we can just do it when we want and then leave through him?
No, I can't do it to unwilling people.
Well, today's a good day to die.
Well, I could, but, I'm probably not strong enough to do it. So, whatever. And he, fans both of his hands out in front of his face, and, his body begins to form into a portal. And he just, slowly dissipates until he's a big person-sized oval of a portal. Basically think, a portal from Portal. He's like, well, get in!
Oh, okay.
Portal Reloaded
Leaf is
is
gonna
so
go
hard, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's fucky. It is for the motherfuckest of motherfuckers.
I can't get past chapter 1. Anyway. Portal time.
But yep, you guys getting in?
Yep.
Yep.
So Liam's coming with you. So we've got a regular Christmas tree.
That was
You
an
guys can
arrow.
Christmas trees are arrow shaped.
Yeah.
Or are arrows Christmas
I don't know,
trees?
Christmas tree is usually more tall.
I'm pretty
like
sure.
this.
I'm pretty sure arrows came before Christmas trees.
So I'm pretty sure Christmas trees are more butt plug shaped.
They are pretty butt plug shaped. That's a mean butt plug, though.
I don't like the direction of this conversation.
It goes in, but it does not come out.
Let's move on from this conversation.
Fucking, you arrive basically like here on the map, just like at the mouth of like a small narrow pass, and you see a ruined village. It's a circular village. I'm not going to draw it. I don't care that much. I'll draw like the center when we get there, but like you see like this ruined village. There's blown out stone buildings. The snow is like traveling down the alleys and billowing winds. Doesn't seem to be a soul there. And in the center, as you like look from the outside, is a big pile of something.
Something.
A big lumpy pile, taller than any of the buildings.
Are we talking like 30 feet or?
Probably closer to 50 feet tall.
Okay.
A big pile of something. Well, I suppose we should investigate it.
Other things you notice, there is another exit to this small little valley it's nestled in, to the west, but that seems to be completely swallowed in a swirling storm. Like, just by looking at it, you can tell that if you tried to walk into those winds, you'd be just ripped to pieces.
Well, it's a magical lock, and the magical key is we probably have to defeat Dread. Whatever.
Yeah, or dispel the magic or something or other. So as you walk, you start to walk past ruined windows. Ruined windows and stores and things. Like, nothing's there. It's completely deserted.
Is it at all apparent what kind of caused all this damage?
Not particularly. Like
Like,
it
it's
looks
not
like
evidently explosion looking. It's not particularly manual destruction.
It looks like there was a riot, kind of. Like, windows are smashed, doors are broken down, but like the crumbled buildings and stuff look to have just happened naturally due to abandonment and neglect. Like, but,
So it looks like there was a riot years ago.
yeah.
So if we see glass, is the glass on the inside of the buildings or the outside?
Well, it's mostly all over the floor now, but it would be blown out from it would have been knocked in from the outside.
Okay.
Well, this place sure is charming.
I don't think it's supposed to be charming.
Not anymore, anyway.
So you're walking down like one of the. It's like made up in a circle, and there's like 4 main roads leading to like a town square in the center. And as you approach the gigantic mound, it becomes evident that. Well, do you want to do an investigation check as you get closer?
Yeah.
Yes.
That
That's
is
we
a
need to make our own,
19.
19.
Should I make
Yeah.
one too?
Nah. Locke is probably going to let everybody know that it's just made out of skulls.
Oh.
Basically, any kind of race you can think of, its skull is in there, and it's just skulls, nothing else. Just an absolute
Well,
smattering
that
of skulls.
is a mighty pile of all the skulls.
Even Dragonborn?
Yep. More of those than anything else. Good amount of human. Couple you can tell are like, oh, there's like one-eyed ogre skulls. There's a couple of couple of monsters, couple of like animals, like there's a horse or a bull skull, a lot of dragonborn skulls, some human skulls, but it's just a big pile of skulls, like 50 feet into the air. And at the top, you see something.
Why do you think they keep the funny bone collection?
I don't think now is a good time for puns.
Let's see here.
May I make a perception check for what's on top?
Sure.
16.
You can see that at the top is a somewhat of a pillar of wind. It's like swirling green storm winds at the top that kind of go up for a little bit. And within the winds, you see a figure and glowing red eyes encompassed.
I got a 28%.
Yep. Yeah, you also see that. It's just like being in like a smoky mist.
I'd bet gold to cinnamon buns. That must be this. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Dread.
Yeah. And as you walk into the square, you would hear from the top a booming voice. At last our heroes reach the castle.
At last, indeed. Why don't you come down from there and we can have ourselves a nice discussion?
We could, yes. Or... I don't feel like wasting time, so I'll just kill you instead. And you see the figure kind of like gesture its hands, and 4 of the skulls within the mound kind of like wriggle and kind of shoot up and hover in front of you before kind of like rapidly growing bones, flesh, and the works.
And do they grow into? Do they grow into what they effectively what they were before they were turned into a skull?
Yeah. It looks like a band of 4 various warrior bandits, kind of like one's a dragonborn, one's a human, like one's a half orc, and then there's like another dragonborn. One of them actually looks like Funeral's bandit corps. The rest look like kind of just regular vagrants.
I thought they were gonna turn into like skull golems made of skulls.
No, these guys are like glowing faintly green. They look almost like the same like flowing green energy that Funeral was made out of.
Gotcha. I gotta write that down though. Skull golem for my own campaign.
Skullum.
Skullum. Yes.
You say you're going to kill us, and yet you dispatch measly minions instead of coming to do it yourself?
Yes. And he gestures them forward. Roll for initiative, gentlemen.
Well, before you do that, now, do these count as dead? Undead?
25.
I think they have to be, right?
Kind of like spirits. They're like, would you count a wraith as undead?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I got 3.
Quattro Spooky Boys rolled pretty damn well.
I'm gonna cast Death Ward on myself before the fight begins.
Hey, look in the Tales from Lumiere chat. You're not gonna believe what I rolled. I guess it won't. So much for trying to just dispel the magic.
0.
Yep. Louis stumbled taking out his spell book and has to pick it up.
Louis immediately shits his pants. So you go there.
No, I was imagining like he goes to take out his spell book and he just drops it on the
Would you roll on
ground.
initiative?
12.
Alright, so you go there. You go there.
I got a 3. What was I able to cast that spell?
Yeah, I'll give that to you because Bunsen is gonna cast his at-will mage armor, so I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'm imagining that I went to pull out my spell book.
Was I able to cast that spell?
Yes.
I'm imagining that Louis went to take out his spell book and like literally dropped down on the ground while looking up at Dread and is like scrambling at the ground to pick it up, which is why he got initiative of 0.
Alright,
James, did you say if I was able to cast a spell?
yes, you got it.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
So Locke actually goes first.
All right. Let's see here. What is that? Is 60 feet centered on a point I choose. So right. I'm gonna step forward a little bit here, and then right there. Sorry. Right. Actually, let's just center it on that pawn. I'm gonna cast a level 3 Cloud of Daggers.
Cloud of Daggers?
Yes, Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
You fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose within range.
That's fucking stupid.
It absolutely is, and I love it.
It's really funny, but it's really fucking stupid.
So any creature that enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there is going to take 6d4 slashing damage.
That's a lot of d4s.
And paper cuts.
Bonus action. Let's see. Let's say bonus action. I'm going to call out to Leaf and say, "Time to get the gat." And that's going to be a use of
Don't
Bardic.
fucking say that.
And that's going to be a use of Bardic Inspiration.
Gonna fucking hit him with the fucking. I hate you, Locke.
Everybody does. It's fine. I'm used to it. So Leaf, you have a D6 that you can add to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
I'm gonna take a nap until it's my turn. See you later. Just kidding.
Going first in the second round.
True.
Yep.
True.
So after Locke, I'm actually gonna change this up. I don't want all three of them to go in a row. I don't want 3 enemies to go in a row. I don't like that. So Ghost Guy 1 is gonna run up to Epitaph, and he is going to swing
start of turn
in his hands. Oh yeah, okay, 64s or 46. Is it 64 or 46?
64. 17.
Oh, I rolled them. My bad.
Oh.
Well, you rolled better than me, so. I like clicking the button a lot.
That's fair. I've started rolling in D&D Beyond because the tabletop simulator dice fucking hate me.
Yeah, to be fair, you are playing Locke.
Yeah, but inanimate objects shouldn't hate me.
I don't know, man. I think he transcends that level. But he's gonna give her a big ol' whack with his halberd. And all right, nice hit, Ghost Boy. That's gonna be 20 total damage to Epitaph. A good start for the ghouls. Whereas this guy is gonna run up to Rum. And he's got a big old club, like a big metal club. And he doesn't hit Rum. And after that, it is Rum's turn, so Rum is gonna... Well, first of all, he's gonna rage. He's a little pissed off. He's gonna recklessly attack this Mook with his big sword. And the 12 plus, all the bonuses you get will work. And I forget the stats on Rum's sword. Let me go back and check it. There we go. It was 2d12. So that'd be quite a good deal of damage. I think doing the math in my head, that's about 20 damage. And then it would be a third guy's turn. This guy's going to run up on Locke. He's got a sword. He's the least creative of these schools. He's going to take a stab at you. How's a 13 do?
That does not hit.
Well, he's a
Barely.
ghost. What do you do? What do you do? What are you going to do? He's just a boy. But after that, it is Epitaph's turn. And Epitaph is going to go ahead and is going to heal herself for 6. She's only minus 14 right now. And after that, one of you guys gets to play now. It's Bryn's turn.
Alright, Leaf is probably gonna work around and shoot the guy here.
And do 1100 d8 damage with your crossbow?
Yep, apparently. I can get 3 shots off on the first turn, so... Let's see. Yeah. 1. That's a 28 hit.
A 28, yeah.
27?
Yep.
24.
Yeah.
Alright. Uh, 45 plus 15, so 60?
Excuse me?
It's 3 shots, so I have to roll 9.
Yeah, I know. I'm just in disbelief.
It's the guy on lock.
Yep. He's just dead now. I forgot. I wasn't ready. Oh, you can make him jump like Super Mario. Yeah,
How many Yoshis just died for that jump?
at least 3. But that guy's fucking now. He's very
Just
dead.
shattered bones.
Well, like he flies back into like the pile. There's a big old clatter of bones, and like his spirit dissipates, and just the skull like settles back down.
Do we hear the sound effect in Mario when a dry bones is stomped on?
Sure.
Great. The little like xylophone sound.
Yeah. But yep. Is that your turn, honey?
Yep.
All right. So, last bone guy saw that and is about as nonplussed as a skeletal revenant can be, and he is going to run up on Leaf, and he is.
Oh, what path did he just take through that? Because it kind of looked like he ran through the cloud of daggers.
Sure, I guess he did. He's a little mad and stupid, and he also missed the attack. He's not having a good day.
Okay.
How do you know he missed the attack?
Because I rolled a 3.
That's fair.
So that was 18 through the cloud of daggers.
Ouch. Yeah, he's all cut up, and he misses the attack.
Alright. Who's
And,
next?
I think, yeah, it's Liam.
I was gonna say it's gotta be Liam or Mimic, because it's not Louis, obviously.
So Liam's going to run up, and he's also going to heal Epitaph, because he doesn't have much else to do right now. And that's another 4, so she's only at -10 now. And then it is Minic's turn.
Everyone's good on health.
Only Epitaph is injured, so you're better off making an offensive action.
Okay. I'm gonna stand next to Leaf.
Alright.
Next to Liam, then?
Oh, that's what Leaf is?
Or next to
No,
Leaf?
Leaf. The Ranger. One with the mini Uzis. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Does that do anything to that enemy near her?
Okay, so you move next to Leaf, and what else did you need?
Does that do anything to the enemy near her? Does it force him away?
Not until the start of his turn.
Because it works on undead and constructs. I don't know if that.
Yeah, but it means that he has to move away as soon as he can, and he can't yet.
Okay.
What spell did you cast?
It's called Anti-Life Shell.
So it works on creatures other than undead and constructs.
No, it works on undead and construct. I think.
No, I'm reading it right now.
Oh. Shit.
Other than undead and constructs.
Never mind then. I guess I'm an idiot. I'm gonna cast the. Let's see. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on. Who's that? Is that like one near the big guy? What's his name? Up north? Is that? Or we can't see him.
Yeah, no, he's like too far away to be engaged. He's like 50 feet in the air.
Okay.
That's not too far away, depending on what you can throw at him.
Yeah, but he's also surrounded by a whirling dervish of wind that would probably keep him safe.
That's fair.
Alright, I guess I'll cast it on the one in front of me. You need to make a wisdom save of 18.
That's probably not gonna happen, but let's give it a try. It did not happen.
Okay. That's going to be 8 damage. I think I have to roll something else. Is that the one that makes the enemy run, or am I thinking of something else? Oh, was that enemy missing health points?
Yes.
Yeah, it had already been hit, so you should have rolled d12s.
How do I roll d12? So just 3 d12s, is that one here?
However many d12s you would have rolled d8 for, so...
It's gonna be 21.
All right. He's looking pretty haggard.
And that's gonna end my turn.
I get a turn?
Yeah, you get yours
Well,
at
I
the end.
rolled 3.
Yeah, you rolled a 0, Bunsen. What did you
No, I was
expect?
joking. Like if these
Yeah.
guys would all be dead before I even move.
Yeah, you get a turn. Fucking go get him, Tiger.
Wait, right now?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh,
Everybody else is gone.
I see. Because like we wrecked one in like the first turn. I thought like, well, they all be dead before I even move. Before I finish scrambling to get my spell book. Anyway, how is this guy looking? The one in front of Rum.
He's taken about 20 damage, so he's a little roughed up.
A little roughed up. Well, I certainly don't want to fireball Rum, for starters. How about? Ooh, can't do. I don't think I can do ice knife because I would get Rum in the shrapnel. I guess fireball or firebolt. I would like to cast a fireball. I'll step over here to get a better angle, and I'll try to cast fireball at this guy.
Firebolt?
Yes. Roll for hit.
Yep.
All right. Does a 26 hit?
Yes.
All right. I got 18 damage on that.
Ooh, he's looking pretty rough.
Not quite knocked out.
Not quite, but he's still looking rough.
Okay. Unfortunately, the only bonus action I have is Misty Step, so I'm gonna kind of sit tight here. I wanted to cast Ice Knife, but if I did that, Rum would get caught in the shrapnel. So that was a no-go. So I'll be brief. My turn ends there, because there's not a whole lot else I can do.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
My turn is brief because there's nothing else I can do. The only bonus action I have is Misty Step, so I'll just stay put.
Alrighty, at that it goes back to the top with good old fucking Locke.
So Locke's gonna step forward a little bit here. And then... Alright, Jack. Time to do your thing. And, one bolt directed at that one, 2 bolts directed at that one.
Alright, roll 2 hit.
So first bolt is a 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 9 damage.
Yep. He's barely hanging on.
And then second is 22 to hit, and third is a no.
Yeah. Alright, damage on the 22 then?
Damage on the 22 is 13.
Okay. He hadn't been touched yet, so that looks like it dealt damage, but it doesn't like kill him. He's doing okay.
Wasn't that the first one?
Oh yeah, he had the fucking Halo Blade. So yeah, he's looking a little bit damaged. He's like about,
Alright, and then... Let's see... That'll be my turn, I think. Yeah. Yep, that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Alright, so it's this guy's turn, and he doesn't really seem to care about you. He's more interested in killing this big fucking dragon. He was real good at it last time. but he's much less good at it this time and doesn't manage to hit her. But surely... Oh, wait, yeah. That's the guy that Bryn killed. He's not good at much anymore. So it goes to Rum's turn. Rum is going to try to hit this guy who's basically dead. Yeah, that'll hit. So I'm not even going to bother to roll damage. This guy's fucking toast. So he actually like smashes the skull and it just like goes... And he kicks it for good measure. But then it's the guy in front of Leaf's turn. And he's coming at you with whatever weapon I said he had last time.
I believe that's the one with a sword.
And he's real fucking shit with it.
Oh wait, no, the one with the sword is the one that Leaf fucking outright murdered.
Yeah, no, this guy has a fucking battle axe, and he's real fucking bad with it because he got a 5.
That's
You
the
mean he
second
has a
attack
battle
battle axe. A battle axe.
Epitaph is going to heal herself again. So she's basically at full health now. And Bryn, pick someone to die.
The guy in front of me.
All right, fucking.
I don't have to worry about the disadvantage because I have crossbow expertise.
Yep, light him up.
Does an 18 hit?
Yep.
That should be 35.
Okay, so he's fucking dead. Got anything else on your turn, honey?
Currently no, not really. Saving the spell casts for later.
All right. Last guy, he's gonna run up on Rum, and he's gonna fucking get him. Yeah, he is.
That's cool.
Oh, Rum killed that one.
Yeah, he did. But I'm gonna roll for damage anyway. 11 damage from the grave, you piece of shit. So at that point, it's Liam's turn. Liam is going to give inspiration to Locke. And he doesn't say anything about it. He just kind of does it.
So does Locke even know?
He's like, here, I'm assisting you. Like it's a little out of character almost. But after that, it is Rainbow's turn.
Is there anyone left?
Yep, there's one guy left, and he's not doing great.
Alright, I'm gonna cast the same spell I did before. Let's see.
I need a wisdom save then,
Cold
right?
deck. 18.
Well, he survived. That's a negative, Captain. Roll for damage.
You said he had damage on him?
Yep.
Uh, 17.
Yep, he's toast. KO! So, with his skeletal warriors beaten, you see the figure kind of like crack its neck. Huh. Well, it seems the prophecies were true. I was hoping I could avoid physical confrontation today. I am a little tired. And you hear stomping and crunching, and this cloaked figure stamps his way down the hill, bones like crunching in his wake, just crunch, 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 crunch. And right as he reaches the bottom, the winds dispel, and you see a figure in a ginormous suit of armor, a horned skeletal mask covering his face. In one hand, he has a gigantic gleaming sword made out of what looks to be pure magical energy. And in the other hand, he has a slender metallic device that you've never seen in your lives before.
Is it a cell phone?
No, it's like, it looks like a crossbow, but instead of
Is that a
crossbow
gun?
part, it might be.
That's a freaking gun. I see it in the picture.
So
He's
I do
got
have
a
question.
gun!
Fucking like make fun of his neutral attack.
I do have a question though. It is 10:51. Do you want to?
No, that's what I'm building to. He
Okay.
steps down, and his sword like ignites and is glowing red, crackling with like almost electric energy.
I cannot wait to cast Dispel Magic on that.
And he cracks his neck, and he speaks. So, finally, I have been waiting years for this fated encounter. Now,
You've been waiting years just to get your ass kicked.
Destiny has a funny way of being wrong sometimes. And with that, we are going to conclude this episode of Tales from Lumiere. How will our heroes deal with the frightful dread?
Who has a gun?
Or does he? You don't know yet.
I'm looking at the picture. That is straight up a gun.
But tune in next week. Will they defeat him? Is that a gun? Will I shoot Louis McCracken for being a smartass?
Louis did
And
that.
who has a better gun for this new guy?
Find out next time on Tales from Lumiere. See you all next week.
Goodbye.
Tales from Lumiere.
I'm gonna let this run for a second because I kept having problems with the stream cutting off early before. But I think I might have fixed the issue because I turned down some shit. Because let's be honest, Tabletop Simulator does not have super high graphics anyway.
Yeah.
So.
But like the dog's whimpering at me and wants to be held, so gotta go.
All right.
Yeah,
See you
I
later,
know.
Rainbow.
I can't stay up for too long because I gotta get to bed for a job interview.